Hope you all are doing good. So we will continue with the chapter 3, fiber to fabric. This is lesson number 6 and this is the final lesson of this chapter. Today we are going to learn about the processing of silk. So what is this? Let us see. The process of obtaining silk from silk moth involves various steps. What are they? First, rearing of silkworms. Second, reeling. And third, dyeing. This is followed by spinning and weaving. Let us discuss these steps in details. This is the pictorial representation of the process for obtaining silk fiber. First, rearing of silkworms. The female silk moth lays eggs. Eggs are stored over a clean cloth or paper strips. The eggs are warmed to a suitable temperature. The eggs hatch into larvae called caterpillars or silkworms. The silkworms are kept in bamboo trays and feed on mulberry leaves and grow in size. After 30 to 40 days, the silkworms stop eating and begins to spin cocoons, as we have discussed in the life cycle of silkworm also. Cocoons get hardened because of exposure to air. Inside the cocoon, the silkworm develops into silk moth. This is the complete representation of rearing of silkworms. Next is reeling of silk. As the name suggests, let us see what is it. The cocoons are collected and kept in sunlight or boiled or exposed to steam. The silk fibers separate out. The process of taking out the silk thread from the cocoons is called reeling. Reeling is done by machines. This is how the whole procedure of reeling of silk is. Then comes dyeing, spinning and weaving. Dyeing, as the name suggests, the silk fibers are dyed in different colors. This is known as dyeing of silk. Spinning and weaving. The silk fibers are then spun into threads and woven into different types of silk cloth, that is fiber. So this is known as spinning and weaving, and it is done by the help of machines. In this pictorial representation, you can see weaving and spinning of silk. Next, uses of silk. Silk is a costly fabric. Silk fiber is used for weaving cloth, especially traditional dresses in India like sari, kurta, shawl and other wedding clothes. Silk had always been prized for its luster and fine quality. The countries which produced silk on a large scale are China and India. Now let us discuss some properties of silk fiber. Here are some important properties of silk. First, silk provides excellent insulating properties as it keeps us warm in winter and cool in summer. It is a soft, lustrous, elastic and smooth fiber. It is durable and high in strength. Silk fibers have good absorbing quality. Silk fabrics have moderate resistance to wrinkling. It can be dyed into beautiful colors. Now there are some occupational hazards of working in silk industry. What are they? Let us have a look. Various chemicals used for degreasing, disinfecting, bleaching and dyeing silk cause irritation of the eyes and skin. Moreover, workers handling raw silk may get allergic skin reactions. The scales of moth and silk fiber proteins can initiate asthma. Continuous contact with hot water used in reeding of silk may turn the skin of the hands soft and can cause burns and scars. Many of the dyes that are used to color silk are easily absorbed by our digestive system if ingested and can cause health problems. So these are some occupational hazards of working in silk industry, though they can be reduced and can be prevented. Such conditions can be prevented by using less dangerous chemicals, having proper exhaust and ventilation, personal protective equipment, that is PPE, good washing facilities including shower baths where practicable, and strict personal hygiene. Okay, students, so here is your homework. First of all, you all are requested to do a quick revision of chapter fiber to fabric so as to understand what we discussed today in a better way. And then you have the three questions as homework which you are supposed to do in rough notebook. Thank you. Have a nice day.